Hello there. How are we all feeling? Excited? Nervous? A bit of both? Well, I don't blame you because, let's face it, this is a huge game for Wales. The aim to take that one step closer to the first ever major tournament for Wales women. Elise Hughes and Katie Sherwood are standing by with me for this one. So strap yourselves in, ladies. It's game on.
Certainly done the job in Kosovo. All your goals belong to us. Barton finds the corner. Great shot. Goal streak. Finished superbly. What a game. That's the record. Wales are ready for the next level.
They are indeed. So, for the first leg of this playoff semi-final, we are in Poprad to face Slovakia. A side ranked 51st in the world, 22 places below Wales. Just the one win for the Slovakians in their qualifying group, whilst Wales remain unbeaten under new boss Sian Wilkinson. And despite a few injuries, the visitors are still favourites, although there is no place for complacency, says the manager. So, Slovakia against Wales, the first leg of this playoff semi-final, live from Poprad, kick-off in around 10 minutes' time. And we can't wait. It feels like a long time, doesn't it, since Wales topped their qualifying group in League B. Can they take those results, that momentum, into these next two, hopefully, fingers crossed, 4 games, I wonder? Well, Elise and Katie will be hoping so. Elise with us, by the way, despite, I'm sure, well, you'd rather be in Slovakia, wouldn't you? But it's that dreaded ACL once again. How are you doing? You're up and about, which is good news.
Yeah, this is the best it's been, and obviously if I could change it, I would. I can't, and I'm just focused now on being back with the team as quickly and as safely as I can be.
Well, we are delighted that you are with us for what is, Katie, a huge, huge match for Wales. This is the business end of qualification. No room for error, no second chances.
No, this is all about results now, Kat. And, you know, you think about how far on this journey that this team has been on. We are one step closer to becoming a part of Europe's elite. And I don't want to get carried away, but we are on the brink of history. You know, we've already seen this team, you know, capture the heart of the nations. We've seen them become household names. We've seen record crowds inspire the next generation. This is about getting the job done, delivering, getting a result. And this is the moment they've been waiting for.
Well, let's just remind ourselves then of the job that Wales need to get done to make it to Switzerland next year and the Euros. 7 places up for grabs, 28 teams in the mix, so 14 matches being held today. A win for Portugal already, a draw for Bosnia against Serbia, but the one match that we are also keeping an eye on, Georgia against the Republic of Ireland, because if Wales do win these 2 games against Slovakia, well, they will face one of those 2 teams at the end of November and the start of December. And this is the starting 11 for Wales. The headlines: no Sophie Ingle, no Jess Fishlock, and 5 changes since their last game against Croatia. Olivia Clark starts in goal. Josie Green is back in that defence. Kerry Honland and Rachel Rowe replace Ingle and Fishlock. Kaylee Barton starts up front, and that formation 3-4-2-1. Elise, we are missing almost 300 caps worth of experience with no Ingle, no Fishlock. How much will Wales miss them?
Of course, we're going to miss the likes of Sophie and Jess. You talk about experience and you talk about, you know, they've been in and around the game, they've been in and around Wales for so long. The quality they bring in and off the pitch is unmatched. But, you know, you wait for these opportunities, younger players, and Kerry and Carrie will step into their role tonight, and I'm sure they'll provide a good account of themselves, you know, just as we know they can as players, and you guys hopefully should see that again tonight, and Jess and Soph will be proud of them.
Started for 10, by the way. The last time Wales started a competitive game without either Fishlock or Ingle, anybody know?
No idea.
Belarus 2019. I've done my homework. Right then. Let's go to Slovakia, shall we? Waiting for us there, our reporter Alex Richards.
Thanks, Katrin. Yeah, welcome to Poprad for the first leg of Wales's playoff semi-final against Slovakia. The players are currently warming up behind me. They've had a really positive week in training. Spirits are high and they're full of confidence coming into this one. Now, I caught up with Wales manager Rhian Wilkinson a little earlier on, and this is what she had to say. Rhian, it feels like it's been a long 3 months waiting for these games. It's a huge opportunity for women's football in Wales. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
Excited. It has been a long 3 months. The players have had a break in their season. Now they're back playing, and I've just been chomping at the bit along with the staff to get them back together. So we're looking forward to it.
There are many players in the squad that have been and come close before. You've mentioned that the squad need to shed that playoff baggage. So what has your message been to them to ensure that they do that out there tonight?
Well, we're not mentioning the playoffs to begin with, as in we're talking about Slovakia and nothing more than this away game, against Slovakia, and then the home game, and then we'll go on to the next round. So it's never looking further ahead than what's right in front of us and keeping it sort of attainable, small steps as we grow together.
Jess Fishlock is on the bench. Was it difficult leaving her out of the starting 11?
We've got an incredible team and some real depth coming through here with Wales. Jess is ahead of schedule with her injury. She's been in full training, is looking good, but we want to make sure that we're not pushing her further than we need to, and we want her 100% when we arrive back in Cardiff, so she will be.
And Hara James has been handed the captaincy on a permanent basis. How key is her experience going to be this evening?
Angharad, Rachel Rowe, all these women who've given so many, Kaylee Barton, they are ready to deliver for their country, and it's almost bringing it back down to just do what you do. They do it incredibly well, and we don't talk about Switzerland, we don't talk about the Euro finals, we talk about this next game, and for them it's how do you deliver what you do so well, and not anything more. We don't need anything more than that.
Rhian, best of luck tonight. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
They're nearly ready to go, but I just want to pick up on that sentence there and that phrase, baggage, because they need to forget about the past, they need to forget about the future as well, they need to just concentrate on the present.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but that baggage can fuel your motivation, and when you analyse where they didn't go right last time, they can put that to right now. And it brings the group closer together, and those experiences will help them going into these playoffs, and it will definitely help with their mentality when they face these next 2 games.
And Elise, of course, you were there when they missed out against Switzerland. So painful. You were talking about who was going to take penalties when that result went against you. How do they, as a group now, forget about that baggage, the history that has stopped them in the past?
Yeah, obviously we was involved in the game, and it was a really tough and heartbreaking end, and we're hoping for a much better result over the next 2 games. But this game is over 2 legs, and we can take it back to Cardiff on Tuesday. So we're looking for a positive performance and hopefully a positive result in match.
Well, look, for the time being, thank you very much both. Sit down, relax, because the players look good to go. The journey to Switzerland and next year's Euros starts proper now. 4 games separate them from the history books. There will be no second chances. What a 90 minutes we have in store. Your commentary team, former international Nia Jones, is alongside Simon Davis.
Thank you, Kat. And we hope tonight is the first step on the road to Switzerland and Euro 2025. This the first of 2 legs, remember? And as Katrin said, Wales have come so close to reaching tournaments before. Will this evening be the start of something special? The views of Nia Jones to come, but first, the national anthems. It feels like one of those big Welsh occasions. And for the first time in 5 years, Wales without Jess Fishlock and Sophie Ingle in their 11. Fishlock on the bench after recent injury problems. Ingle out with an ACL injury. Kerry Holland, Rachel Rowe, Kaylee Barton are back in attack. Referee Stéphanie Frappard leads a team of French officials this evening. Bastien Deschappi is in charge of VAR. Hopefully no need for any controversial decisions this evening. Well, this group of players have been so used to big occasions in the past. But as Katrin was saying in studio, it is about taking that next step. And what a huge moment this could be. Not just for Wales, but for women's sport in this country. Slovakia finished third in their qualifying group behind Scotland and Serbia. They're ranked 51st in the world. And like Wales, they have never qualified for a major tournament. There's confirmation of Stéphanie Frappard leading the proceedings this evening, Nia. And a big occasion this for Wales.
Yeah, it is. It's a wonderful opportunity, isn't it? As exciting as it is. And of course, there is a lot at stake for this group. There's an air of composure and calmness that's been oozing out of camp this week, out of the likes of Angharad James.
And this is the Slovakia team. And keep an eye out for Patricia Himarova from Deportivo La Coruna. This her 121st cap. Slovakia's second highest scoring player is Maria Mikalajova with 15 goals to her name. She plays for St. Pölten in Austria. Well, we shouldn't forget, Nia, that this is as big a game for Slovakia as it is for Wales. The desire to reach a first major tournament is huge.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's tough for Wales to be going away to Slovakia in this first match. If you look at the qualifying campaigns that both sets of players have been through, undoubtedly Wales have come out the stronger, undefeated, picked up 14 points from a possible 18. Slovakia only picking up 1 win and 1 draw on their way to this match, but when it gets to that first whistle, it doesn't really matter. It'll be a really tough test for both teams this evening.
Saw Olivia Clark there, one of 5 changes from that win against Kosovo in July in Llanelli. Has established herself as the main goalkeeper under the previous manager Gemma Granger and now under Ian Wilkinson. Of course, it was Safia Middleton-Patel who featured against Kosovo.
Yeah, and she's been really brave, Olivia Clark, moving out to FC Twente in the Netherlands for increased game time. Has picked up some wonderful experiences in the Champions League already.
Well, the road to Switzerland starts here. This is the first of a series of crucial matches for Wales and manager Ian Wilkinson. Wales have other talents in their squad, but there's no getting away from it, Nia. No Fishlock, no Ingle in the 11, and that is significant.
Yeah, it really is. The team in the studio said it beforehand. You can't look past the fact that there's nearly 300 caps missing tonight, 48 goals. And it was actually really nice to see the girls, as they had their pre-match photo, just hold up an S with their hands. I assume that's for former captain Sophie Ingle. We wish her all the best. I'm sure she's glued to the TV at home tonight. And hopefully we do see Jessica Fishlock. She is on the bench. And Wilkinson herself said this week she wouldn't be in the squad if she didn't think she could play a part.
I suspect she will play some part, even if it is just the second leg. The ball is cleared away by Kosakova. And Lily Woodham with the throw for Wales. Rowe. We were wondering what sort of formation that Wilkinson was going with. It does seem to be a back three with wing backs. There was some speculation maybe about a back four, but it's certainly an attacking lineup with players like Carrie Jones here. Just barged off the ball with ease there by Horvatova.
Yeah, but straight away, good support play from Charlie Escort, who's been gifted the job of right wing back tonight, I believe, with Lily Woodham doing the same job on the left-hand side. So big ask for her tonight. Another player who's moved out to the States, actually, for increased game time.
There's been a number of players who have moved clubs. Gemma Evans has bravely made the move from Manchester United to Liverpool, but
I wonder if that explains the black eye. I'm sure it doesn't.
I'm saying nothing. But it is an attacking lineup with the likes of Kaylee Barton as well back in the team, and immediately Slovakia in trouble here. Well, I'm not sure what the goalkeeper Korinčová was thinking. And in the end, it comes to nothing for Escort, but well, in fact, it's come out for a corner.
Yeah, fantastic start from Wales, really piling the pressure on. Hugely experienced player for them as well. Charlie Escott up there again. Kaylee Barton, we know she never gives up on anything.
It's the first corner of the game to be taken by Woodham. Left-footed player on that right side, so an in-swinger incoming, you would suspect, and you can immediately see the likes of Ladd heading towards that 6-yard area, and the keeper surrounded. Woodham with the corner then. It's an in-swinging delivery, could fall for Rachel Rowe. Bit of a foot race here with Vojtova.
Yeah, it's well defended in the end by Slovakia. It'd be really tricky balls to deal with when they're coming in at pace towards your own goal. They get the first contact.
And Rowe leaving the throw-in to Lily Woodham. Rowe. It's on Hara James, the new captain, and it's a deep cross in towards that back post. Charlie Escort on the end of it.
Fantastic from Charlie Escort, because it looked to all the world like it might have been slightly overhit from Captain James to everybody apart from Escort, and he is on target as well. Smart stop at the near post.
Yeah, it was a good save in the end from Korinčová. Just thought for a moment that it had hit the side netting, but it is a corner. And that has got the Welsh fans in Slovakia this evening in song. A second corner from Woodham towards that near post. Kerry Holland tried the flick on. Well, it's a high-tempo start from Wales, this. And there is a player down, so there will be a slight stoppage, but as Vojtova awaits treatment, we can be encouraged, I think, at least near, that Wales have started on the front foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes all the difference when you start really, really well. You set the tone. Straight away, Wales have had joy in wide areas. It's important to see those wing-backs actually joining in play. I think it might be a little bit of a breather for her team here. I'm not sure there was much pace on that ball to hurt her for too long, but just a chance for Slovakia to regather, I believe.
She will be okay, Vojtova, who actually made her international debut against Wales in Bangor in 2015. And this her 69th cap. And the drop ball was in Wales's favour. And a throw in there in front of Rian Wilkinson, who I think has decided to play a much more ambitious attacking style compared to her predecessor, Gemma Granger, I think it's fair to say. Both different, both can be equally as effective, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, for all the praise that Wilkinson has got for her style in attack, I think there's also been some critics to a couple of the goals that Wales have conceded, and that's the way football's going to be. But I think this is the system that these players have looked their best at under her so far, with 3 at the back. It can become a 5, of course, if they're up against it a little bit, but I think it's just been a really exciting style of play so far.
So that was a good save from Korinčová, denying Escort, the DC Power player. Previously at Charlton and Reading and London Bees. And a first touch for Olivia Clark. Evans. Of course, should point out as well that if it's level after 2 legs, away goals not taken into account. So a draw this evening would not be a bad result, but they want to concede, and it's Slovakia's first attack here. Evans trying to stop the cross, and it's gone out for a goal kick. It was a surging run from Humarova.
It was, and you can hear the home crowd roaring anytime their side looks to threaten in behind, but Gemma Evans did well in her 1v1 battle.
Yeah, Slovakia finishing third behind Scotland and Serbia in Group 2 of qualifying. Did pick up some decent results, a 2-0 win against Israel, 2-2 in the other game against the Israelis, but I think Scotland and Serbia too strong for them. And the ball has gone out for a Wales throw here. Lily Woodham to take. Playing for Seattle Reign now, Lily Woodham. Another former London Bees player. Was at Reading before her move to the States.
Yeah, and I think she's been loaned out to Crystal Palace. So she'll be used to playing with Josie Green in that back line, but again, probably benefiting hugely from playing plenty of minutes week in, week out.
Botakova's throw. Here she is again. Kosikova. Also got to be careful here. Ball towards Moravakova. And anywhere will do for escort. Josie Green trying to help out there, and it's safely to Clark. Well, we talked about some of the defensive, I wouldn't say failings, but perhaps leaky goals that Wales have given away at times under Ian Wilkinson, and you've got to be mindful of that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I thought their positioning was okay there, Wales. It was actually just a little bit of desire to win the first ball. Charlie Escott letting it bounce, and from there it can be anybody's.
Lovely vision from Moravkova. And Olivia Clark. Yeah, FC20. And also a column writer for the BBC Sport Wales website. Well worth a look online for that. And it's a big move for her, that FC20, as you were saying, Nia. Of course, she's had a wealth of experience at English clubs, Bristol City, Coventry. She was on loan at Watford at one point.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a huge reason why this Wales team is now doing so well. We've got so many players.
What a run, and almost a spectacular finish. Well, we know the skills of Kerry Holland, and on the front foot, she can be as good as any attacking player for Wales.
Absolutely. She'll be fizzing to be wearing the red of Wales again. A frustrating start for Liverpool. Picked up a foot injury, I believe, but that's exactly what she can do. Cut inside, take a player on.
Here she is again, Holland to Josie Green. Another one of the 5 new inclusions in this team this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by her role tonight, actually. If you watch Wales when they're in possession, although she is one of the centre-backs in this system, in the back three, she's actually got licence to join in as almost an added midfielder. So I'm intrigued to see how that can work in Wales' favour, if it can create an extra overload in central areas.
Here is Green. Holland to her left, and Woodham at the top of your screen. They're just doing enough to keep possession. Hernova doing well to win back possession for her team. Korinchova's kick goes straight back to Holland. But a free kick to Slovakia. It is arguably the key player to watch out for her, moreover. This 121st cap. Played in Limassol in Cyprus before moving to Deportivo. Of course, the idea of going back to Switzerland for a tournament after the heartbreak of missing out on the World Cup would be somewhat poetic. So I don't want to mention that game again, but we've already mentioned it a few times this evening.
You've done it now, Simon, you've done it. No, it would be. And so many of these moments will be moments of full circle for lots of the players for different reasons.
Wales on the back foot here, and Clark up to the task. Down to her left. Wasn't a bad attempt from Mikoloyova.
No, and she actually had other options as well, but that will give their team a little boost, actually, that they've got their first attempt off. Something to build on.
Ball is or the attempted pass to Jones. And it's over to Evans. Rowe on the turn. And Wojtakova happy for Koninchova to play it out. And it's not just football. Live on BBC Wales Television, Scrum 5 Live, Scarlets v Zebra, tonight at 7:15 on BBC Two Wales. Scarlets looking to build on their good form. James, captain. There was some speculation about who would get that captain's armband on a more long-term basis. I don't think there are many people who can argue with the decision to give James that armband.
No, wonderful player, brilliant person. She's a really fitting successor, if you like, to her good friend Sophie Ingle. I think in one of the last matches against Ukraine in qualifying, it was actually her, if you watch when Wales score an equaliser, she's the only player who doesn't focus on celebrating so much. She actually just sprints after the ball, picks it out the net, puts it on the centre circle. That tells you everything you need to know about her mentality and probably what Rhian Wilkinson has seen as well.
Vitova's throw to Romanova. Free kick. Kerry Holland with Hayley Ladd. They're closing in there. It is a very experienced Wales team, regardless of the absence of Fishlock and Ingle this evening. The likes of Ladd and Evans, and even people like Kerry Holland, have racked up a lot of caps now. And it's Slovakia on the attack here. Good close control from Escort. Here's Green. Good first touch. Not too many options here, and look for Rowe.
Yeah, I think there was actually an overlap from Lily Woodham that she was trying to hit.
Well, there's certainly an overlap for the home side. Sanowska. She's got support. May go it alone here. Plays it to the edge of the box, but it's made its way to Horvatova. Moravkova's cross. Well, it had a flat trajectory, and James can bring it away, but there have been a few occasions where Slovakia have put in a few problem balls. Here's Barton, who's been quiet so far. Has been the top scorer for, apart from Fishlock, of course. Aside from Fishlock, she's put in 4 goals in qualifying, Kaylee Barton. A few from the penalty spot as well.
Yeah, she's turned into a bit of a penalty specialist, hasn't she?
Did get her chance, really, from the unfortunate injury to our studio guest, Elise Hughes, tonight, who started the campaign so well with a couple of goals herself.
Yeah, she's certainly a miss as well. A lot's been spoken about Hannah Kane on her return from a knee injury as well, but I'm sure Wilkinson would love Elise Hughes tonight.
Good tenacity from Carrie Jones. Rachel Rowe, I think she was caught in two minds. It's a shame, really. Carrie Jones had opened up the space for Wales.
I think this match is probably a little bit more open than Wales might have anticipated. I think they might have expected to dominate the ball a little bit more, like we've seen them in their qualifying group, but of course it's to be expected, a match of this status away from home, but there's a lot of transitions, and this will be quite an intense period of play.
Mikololiova in towards Fabova. Lily Woodham with the important touch, and it had to be, because Himarova was lurking behind her. A real outlet for Slovakia on that right-hand side. But they look to get these crosses in early, Slovakia. Hanova. Another high ball for, this time, Escort to deal with. Green working hard. And that's a sliding interception from Moravkova. And got more of Green than the ball.
Yeah, she does well to get there, Josie Green. But you're right, Simon. They are looking to be direct, get crosses in the box, and She does actually get the ball, in fairness to her, but she also takes a lot of the player. But plenty of Slovakian players in there waiting for the cross.
Josie Green, one of her back three tonight, Crystal Palace players you mentioned earlier. Born in England, but a granddad from Pontypool. And here is Hayley Ladd, one of the mainstays of this Wales team, James. Yeah, I should point out, because this is a two-legged affair, I think Wales would take a 0-0, wouldn't they, or a 1-1. Of course, it would be nice to go in with an advantage. Remember, away goals don't count advantageously in this affair.
I think they would, but also, like all coaches, we're used to hearing them say it, a lot of it will be based on performance. If they've absolutely dominated and peppered the opposition goal, you could say they'll be disappointed not to have scored, of course, but actually that will give them huge confidence in the second leg. What you don't want is all your eggs in one basket in Cardiff, pressures on, against, as we can see, a well-organised...
Oh, lovely skill from Hemarova. Matakova's waiting in the middle. Wales have to be careful. And it's Sanowska who snatched at it. But another really good move from Slovakia.
Yeah, it is. Fantastic feet here. Woodham looks like she's in control, but actually little step over, turn of pace, and it's a wicked ball in. Ladd gets the first contact, but they get away with one there, Wales. Plenty of bodies, as we've said, anticipating these crosses. Danger signs.
Came off the shin of Sanowska. But unmarked. And the Slavia Prague player on her 68th cap, almost getting her 8th goal for her country. Wales yet to really, with the exception of that escort attempt early on, they've been on the back foot here.
I'd have to agree. First 5 minutes look positive for Wales, but they've really grown into this half, Slovakia.
Evans. Holland. Spot the run of escort here. Just overhit. No need to panic for Wales, just need to regroup a little here. There will be inevitable periods in this game where Slovakia as the home side will look dangerous. I don't think people like Hayley Ladd are going to be particularly stressed about the situation.
I don't think I've ever seen her stressed about anything, which is great. That's exactly the type of players you need in this situation, and they've got them all over the pitch, Wales.
Here is Ladd. Sanowska, the nearest player to her. Ladd has gone for Woodham on that far side. Holland. Now, and Harrod James. Nice ball. And Escort's got space here. Early cross. And it will be a corner. Could have gone anywhere, that. Off the boot of Wojtakova.
Yeah, fantastic play. Looking to switch it really early, and Harrod James finds Escort in acres of space out here. It's a teasing ball across.
It was an awkward height for the defender. But it will be Escort with Wales' third corner here. And this time from the left. Well, again, you can see that Wales surrounded the goalkeeper, and unfortunately the delivery not there, but it will be another one.
Yeah, really overloading the back post. You see the Wales players congregating. Makes it really hard if you're defending that, because the ball's in front of you and who you're marking are behind.
Escort towards Holland. James with a shot. Always leaning back.
Yeah, and she was closed down pretty well from Fabova. Couldn't really get over it, James.
Rian Wilkinson there, who has been a veteran of international football, Olympic bronze winner at London 2012, and played in 4 different World Cups for Canada. given away by Escort. It's dangerous. Fabova's made a run. Well, if Sanowska had just looked up there, then the number 8, Fabova, had made a sort of surging run behind the Welsh defence.
Yeah, absolutely. What I will say is Wales got back in numbers at great speed then. Bodies behind the ball. But they are on the front foot. Little slack pass that's flat across the midfield. They're ready to intercept.
Barton. And Moravkova just denying it. And there was no malice, and just a late challenge from Barton. No need for a card.
No, she's a hugely experienced referee, Frappart. She's entitled to go for that, Green. Barton, sorry. Was Green.
One thing that hasn't changed is appetite for scoring goals. As I say, 4 during the qualifying campaign. Rachel Rowe putting in 3 as well, with a good return earlier in the campaign. Good header, strong header from Green. And it's Barton who's gone down, and it will be a yellow card here. Kosakova, I think, who picked up the yellow. No, in fact, it's Mikolayova. Well, she's not happy about it. I have to say, it didn't really look a booking, did it?
No, I think it's pretty similar to the one that we've just seen. The ball doesn't belong to anybody in that moment. She's entitled to go for it. It's an unfortunate coming together, but I think that's a little bit harsh. But it is a reward for Wales. Strong contact on the first ball, Josie Green, and good courage from Kayleigh Barton to try and get on the second.
Ladd with the free kick for Wales. Again, the edge of the area, the target. Falls for Escort. Calmly back to Ladd. There's nothing wrong with that, keeping the ball. Olivia Clark brought into play here. Jones making the surging run. Moravkova had made the run. Good interception there from Escort.
Yeah, you see the pass on the back from Green. Good teamwork in that area.
As we enter 25 minutes, 0-0. Not a bad scoreline when you consider this is a first leg with a home game to come as well. I think Rhea Wilkinson will be saying, just keep things tight tonight if possible.
Yeah, and I think they have had opportunities to build some momentum with the ball, but actually they've just seen a little bit hastier than usual, maybe to be expected with what's at stake. They seem very calm in these positions. Plenty of players who are comfortable on the ball. Ladd, Evans and Green more than comfortable on the ball, but as we start to enter that attacking half, it's just been a little bit rushed from Wales.
Green. Hayley Ladd. Evans going wide to support Lily Woodham. And it's just those little passes in midfield that Wales haven't looked as slick as they have been during qualifying. And they're under pressure again now. Sanowska in towards Matakova. Bartovikova's ball dealt with by James. Just that final third for that midfield to final third, I think is probably best to say. Wales haven't been as composed as we've seen them in recent games.
No, and maybe that's because they're having a little bit less ball in this match than what they were used to having in some of the others, which naturally, when you get it then, you feel like you really want to do something special with it.
Moravkova, Sanowska.
She's been really sharp, hasn't she, in the last 20 minutes. Sanowska, definitely one they need to get tighter to in the second half, I think.
The last goal she scored was back in May against Serbia. The only goal of the qualifying campaign. And Slovakia again, looking to Sanowska! Well, luckily for Wales, they got a vital touch. And it was Josie Green who just did enough there, I think.
Yeah, she did, you're right. It looked like it was going to go just above her head, but she does really well to get up and get a little nick on it. Didn't know if it hit the Slovakian striker's arm in the end, but it wasn't to be.
Well, Sanovka was readying her stance for a header on goal. You could see that. And Green's touch just took it away from her. Jones. Another player with so much talent who hasn't been quite quiet in this first half. It's a nice touch from Rowe to James.
Yeah, and it feels harsh to criticise Barton and Jones for not being on the ball quite as much, but they just haven't had the ball in those areas where they can really include those creative players, those offensive players.
It's a ball over the top, a simple ball for Fabova. Sanovska's waiting, Green has missed it, Sanovska! Well, it should be 1-0. And I think Wales know it should be 1-0. It was a simple counter-attack, Nia Jones.
Well, again, it's Sanovska at the heart of it, isn't it? Look at that, bit of skill on the turn. And I think Green is trying to just cushion this back to her goalkeeper, but doesn't quite get the contact. And I tell you what, credit to Olivia Clark. Look how quickly she gets out, spreads herself, smothers it, closes the angle down. But it almost feels like Wales are hanging on for the half-time whistle here.
I think Clark's presence did enough alone. But Wales can breathe again. And Nia Jones, I know that you've been moonlighting for other BBC but other BBC outlets. Feast of Football podcast featuring yourself and Nathan Blake, coming up with Carl Roberts, 10:40 on Sunday. Just a reminder as well, Wales-Slovakia next Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You'll have to tape that one, Simon, probably.
Good to know you're keeping Carl Roberts in check.
He absolutely destroys me on that podcast. I think he sees me as an easy target because we're both from the north, I'm not sure. Or he's starstruck by Joe Ledley, probably that one.
Well, smiles from the Welsh fans, but they weren't smiling when that ball came into Sanovska. And Olivia Clark's did enough to put her off. Seems like the key moment, doesn't it, of this first half?
Yeah, it really does, and 15 minutes to go. Hopefully that stoppage, Barton receiving a little bit of treatment, was just a chance for Wales to regroup, calm themselves down, and get themselves back into this match.
Clark. Well, it's a short goal kick, but Slovakia ready for that and putting Wales under pressure. And in the end, Ladd has to go for a more direct route, but Wales have put themselves in this sort of pressure. You know, those sorts of goal kicks look great when you can pull them off.
Yeah, and just the timing of it as well, after the best chance of the game. Credit to them for being confident enough to do it, stick to game plan and get on the ball, but as you've said, they're under the cosh again here.
Horvatova to take this throw in. Plays domestic football in Poland and has put through Sanovska again. Key player for Slovakia in this first half. And well, Josie Green does well to win the throw in there. You can see at the bottom of your screen there, Jess Fishlock just being put through her paces. I do wonder if we'll see her at some point, particularly in the second half. You know, even a 75% fit Jess Fishlock is a huge asset for Wales if it continues like this with Slovakia on the front foot.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we haven't got a clue what her return to play protocol is. It's been a while since she's played any minutes domestically, so who knows? It could be capped at 45 today. We could see her at half-time, or it could be that she doesn't want to get stiff sat on the subs bench because that's something she's not used to and she's just getting herself moving. What they won't want to do, Simon, is force her into anything unnecessary tonight, which rules her out for the all-important return leg.
Holland. Escorted space. Well, most of Wales's attacks have come from this right-hand side, and Jones has made a decent run here. Early ball. Barton the target. Korinchova getting there first, but that's better from Wales.
Yeah, it is. Good run from Carrie Jones to support in the channel. She's got licence to do that, but again, a little bit hasty in the end, that there's not enough bodies in there to actually attack that ball in from Jones. Only Barton closing in. As opposed to Slovakia, who are a bit more patient in their build-up. It gives people a chance to come up and support.
Barton doing the running. Back to Korinchova. Woodham with the throw. James. Can Wales up the tempo here? Well, a free kick, is it? No. Well, I thought that Slovakia were looking for it from James. Rowe getting forward. Well, she's given away the free kick, had every right to contest that ball off Hemerova. I think, how's your sign language? I think she said, I got the ball there, ref.
I think she did eventually. But yeah, probably a bit frustrated, Rachel Rowe. Again, a player who loves having the ball at her feet, and they just haven't had it in those attacking positions as much as they'd have liked, Wales.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned the likes of Barton and Jones and Rowe as much as perhaps we would have liked in this first half in commentary, but I suppose as the away side, that's some sort of inevitability to that. Ball to Fabova, who put in that cracking cross towards Sanovska. And Barton will try and put the goalkeeper under pressure here. Calmly done. Well, that is what Kayleigh Barton brings, that energy, leading the attack with such enthusiasm.
Yeah, and you've got to earn the right to play. You know, the ball's just not just going to appear at your feet and you're going to be allowed to play with it. You've got to do the simple stuff, the ugly stuff, if you like, closing people down, winning your one-on-one battles, first and second balls. That's when you can start getting the ball down and playing.
Barton to escort. Oh, Barton just tried the dummy towards Anhara James, away by Sanovska.
There's that positioning from Green again. You can see she starts as centre-back, but she's in between the lines there as a midfielder now.
Intelligent footballer. Predominantly a midfielder, as you say, but that's a good flick. Good touch from Rachel Rowe, who's got away for the defence. Rowe's cross. Barton the target, but the keeper grabs hold of it again.
Oh, fantastic play from Rowe. Brightest we've seen her, but again, there's better patience to Wales's play. That's the previous cross from Jones. When there was only one body in there, what a touch that is from Rowe, and then the acceleration to get on the end of it. Nobody quite getting across the front of the goalkeeper.
So 4 attempts each, you can see at the top of your screen there. The most key moment for Wales, probably that attempt on the back post by Escort. Slovakia have tested Wales as well.
Yeah, you'd have to argue that the better chances have fallen to the home side here.
Kovitova did well. Sanovska again causing issues for Wales, but the cross to Fabova just wasn't there. Olivia Clark comfortably picking that up. Worked quite effectively, those front two for Slovakia. Sanovska, Fabova.
Yeah, they have, and you know, they haven't given all the respect to Wales in the sense that they're not happy for them to just have the ball for as long as they like. They have got a good team press. When one goes, the rest of them tend to step and go as well. And Wales have found it difficult at times to play out as they've liked in previous games.
Free kick Wales. Into this final 10 minutes of this first half. It's a short one. The feet of Hayley Ladd. James. Evans under pressure from Hemarova. Here's Woodham. High press from Slovakia. I think they know that Wales are a possession-based team. Look to put pressure on Rhian Wilkinson's side. And it almost pays off there with a loose pass intercepted. The intended target was Jones, but Jones continues her run. Here's Escort. James. Wales looking to finish the half strongly here.
Yeah, good period of possession for Wales, this. Getting the likes of Anghara James on the ball more, which is just ever so subtly drawing Slovakia out of the position they want to be in. It's a poor touch from Holland, but she's working hard to get back in. She needs to.
Sanofska's away. She's beaten Ladd for pace. Ladd tracking back. Sanofska, good save. Olivia Clark. And the rebound for Fabova was well wide. Wales can count themselves lucky.
Count themselves lucky that they've got Olivia Clark in goal. It's a wonderful feat again. She really has got fantastic balance on the football, Sanofska. And you're just looking at the far side of that net and just expecting it to ripple. Doesn't quite get the angle on it she wants, and it's strong two-handed save from Clark.
And I think the second attempt from Fabova was even more dangerous than the first from Sanofska. Well, Olivia Clark has certainly done what is asked of her in this first half. Some key saves.
She has, and it's almost like in the blink of an eye, Wales look like they're enjoying the ball, enjoying some possession, building a pattern of play, and all of a sudden, in a flash, they find that woman on the ball, and she is so dangerous.
Free kick for the foul on Mikolayova. Well, just seeing the expression on Sanofska's face there, I think she knows. She hit the target, and Olivia Clark refused to be beaten, but that's two really good chances that that player has had.
Yeah, and you just hope that she gets so caught up in how disappointed she is, rather than get more determined to really right her wrongs, because really she should have put two away for her team.
High defensive line from Wales beyond the 18-yard line here. Hemarova. Oh, it's a clever one. And it's a dick cross. Clark has done well. Sanofska. Wales are really walking a tightrope here. Another cracking chance for Sanofska. And before you know it, one of those chances will pay off if it continues this way.
Oh, really clever set piece, wasn't it? This is the golden chance that led to it. But inventive free kick. And you have to say inventive stop from Clark as well. She recognised that actually she couldn't really get a clean catch on this. She had to make a tip, and boy, are Wales lucky that she does.
Well, it was a well-worked free kick straight from the training ground. Mikolayova had made the false run and fooled everyone. Clark again clawing it away, but Wales, I think, would welcome that half-time whistle at this rate. Another cross in the direction of Sanofska. Rowe getting a vital touch, and maybe they can counter-attack here, but yeah, a difficult period this has been for Wales.
Yeah, it really has, and even in these dire moments, there's overloads, there's nobody closing down the cross.
There's a good run from Holland. She's still going in towards Barton. Well, it will run out for a goal kick, but from one end to another, Kerry Holland almost creating something for Wales.
Yeah, she actually does really well to get any type of ball across. And I might end up looking back at that as a decent chance. They'll be disappointed there was nobody in there attacking it. Rachel Rowe has copped one there.
And that's a dangerous ball, isn't it, from Kerry Holland? Well, no goals so far, but certainly plenty for our studio guests to talk about. Elise and Katie. And thankfully, no Slovakia goals to talk about, and there've been plenty of chances. And I think Sanofska will be heading in, if it stays like this, Nia, will be heading in very disappointed not to have got at least one goal.
Yeah, she will, and I think the whole team in blue will be heading in with their heads held high. They'll be buzzing for the second half, feeling like they've been more than on top in this game so far.
Escort. James just giving it away. Still there for Wales if Escort could get on the end of this loose ball. James, it's messy stuff. Here's Jones. And Kosakova happy to just boot it anywhere. I wonder what Rhian Wilkinson is thinking heading into half-time. It's another Slovakia attack. It's Fabova. Morvikova wants it. Instead, it's Horvatova. Cross dealt with by Evans. But a throw-in. Yeah, it's a frantic end to this first half for Wales.
Yeah, they must be feeling like that clock has stopped. It just seems to be taking an age for this to get to half-time.
Carrie Jones. Well, she's got space here. Rowe and Barton up there with her. Escort behind her. In towards Rachel Rowe. Here's Barton. Could still fall for Woodham, but Hamarova, I think, will just clear her lines into touch. And actually, credit to Wales. Consider that Slovakia had chances. Wales have responded with the odd counter-attack, but this is the sort of danger that Slovakia possess near.
Yeah, they do. Their deliveries from wide areas have looked so dangerous, but great variety on them as well.
And that's got the Slovakian crowd going. Holland. Oh, just couldn't lay it off to James. Here's Sanowska. Some of those final passes haven't quite been on point for Wales.
No, they haven't, and they've been flat, Simon. They've been flat across. It's like a parallel pass, and that's a defender's dream to come through and intercept. There needs to be more angle to the off-the-ball movement for me from the Welsh players.
Well, how long before Rhian Wilkinson feels that Jess Fishlock may have to enter the fray just to bring that extra experience and quality that only she can? That will be the big question in the second half. Well, that's good play from James. Woodham, good cross in towards Jones. Escort walking hard. And away by Horvatova. I want to see more of that on that far side with Woodham getting forward and putting in those balls from the left.
Yeah, and actually, I just don't think her teammates anticipated that it was going to be an early delivery that time. I think probably so used to seeing Lily Woodham take on her play and get to the byline.
Horvatova's throw. And to Hayley Ladd. It'll be interesting to see how much added time. There have been a few stoppages for injury, but just a minute. And I think that is a welcome sight for Wales as Holland tries to find Woodham. Hasn't been all Slovakia's way. Wales have had their moments, but I think thanks to Olivia Clark, Wales can be quite thankful that it's 0-0.
Yeah, and you can see what Wales are trying to do. You can see that there's definitely, with the wing-back system that they're playing, there is space on the opposite side of the pitch if they can get a switch out early. But as we said, execution not quite been perfect for them, and slightly rushed at times, as we've said, hasty.
Sanowska up against Ladd. I think Ladd had spotted Sanowska as Fabova putting pressure on Olivia Clark. It's come back out to Morvikova. Botovikova out to Himarova. Woodham scrambling back here. Well, this will surely be the last attempt of this first half, and indeed the referee blows the half-time whistle. A fascinating first half, but that player there, Sanowska, will feel that she should have scored at least one against this Wales team. But Olivia Clark is the player that Wales have to thank in goal for making a string of very good saves. It's all to play for in this first leg, because at half-time it is Slovakia 0, Wales 0.
Well, despite a promising opening few minutes, Wales have really been under the cosh for most of that first half. Slovakia have come out fighting, but thankfully, at half-time, it is 0-0. Oh, it's not been pretty, has it? It's been difficult viewing. Nia Jones said in commentary at 28 minutes in, they are holding on. And Katie, I think they have been holding on, Wales, in that first half.
Yeah, I think they would have been happy for that half-time whistle just to regroup, get that composure, because that's something we've really been lacking. We started really well, but we've allowed Slovakia to get into the game, and at the moment they're in control.
Yeah, sometimes that whistle comes at just the right time. For you, what is not working for Wales at the moment?
Yeah, they started the game so well, I thought, and then after that, Slovakia built into it, and then they ended up creating the better chances. I think Wales need to take more control of the game. I think we've got enough experience and enough great players on the pitch that can do that, and, you know, second half they should come out and put in a better performance.
Before we start analysing, let's have a little look then at the statistics from the first half. Wales have had more possession. If you have a little look there. As for the other headlines, where you can see the shots at goal, Slovakia have had 6, Wales only 4 shots on target. Slovakia ahead once again. So, despite that possession, Wales have not been able to do anything with it. Let's have a little look then at that bright start for Wales, because they did come out fighting, as we wanted them to do, as we expected them to as well. We were expecting Slovakia to be sitting in that low block, and that's what we saw for the early stages.
Yeah, we expect Wales to dominate possession. This is something that Wilkinson is really keen for us to think about our own game. And that's exactly what we did. We started on the front foot. We're committing players into the box. There's a great delivery in. That's from wing-back to wing-back. So we're finding ourselves in those advanced positions. Again, this is what Kerry Holland can do in the central areas, really driving force. Obviously, she couldn't get the connection and the execution that she wanted. And these are the spaces which Wales need to exploit more. You know, we need to get out wide. It's congested in the middle. They're not great at defending crosses, so we need to exploit those spaces a lot more to create those goal-scoring opportunities.
Will they have discussed that before the game, coming out very quickly out the blocks?
Yeah, I think so. Going away from home, you've got to come out quick. I think the home team are more settled, and if you can unsettle them as quickly as possible, then it takes their home advantage away from them. I think they then end up growing into the game, which Wales won't be impressed with, and I think they'll have to regroup at half-time now to make sure that maybe they come out and have a stronger start again, and hopefully they can convert one of them chances into a goal, and that will really settle down the Wales side.
They have, as you said, grown into the game, Slovakia, but will Wales be looking at themselves? They have been giving them the opportunities to come into this game.
Yeah, I think the Wales side on paper are more than good enough, and you wouldn't expect some of the runs of play that they've had, and, you know, like there's a situation here where Hayley Ladd passes the ball off the pitch, and that's obviously really uncharacteristic, and I think if you cut out their mistakes in the second half that Slovakia are hoping for, then Slovakia aren't creating much themselves. It's actually we're giving them the chances. So hopefully if Wales cut them out and create some more of their own, then they'll be the dominant side in the second half.
Why is this happening? Is it because Wales haven't played for 3 months? Is it because they haven't got some very influential players who we are used to seeing playing?
I think it's a combination of things. I think you have to give credit to Slovakia. They're really pressing Wales aggressively, and they're forcing them to make errors. And we're not moving enough off the ball. Like I said, we have 4 midfielders who are not used to playing with each other. We are missing Ingle, we are missing Fishlock. So that coordinated movement, that fluidity that we've seen in previous games, we just haven't been able to find that rhythm yet to possess the ball and to dominate possession as we expected Wales to.
Because you were telling me playing in the box midfield anyway is difficult, let alone when you're not used to the players around you.
Yeah, and we want players to interchange positions. We're finding at the moment that, and Harriet James, she's quite isolated, and the gaps between the midfielders are quite big, so they're not able to find those passes. But it's things that can be solved. They just need to regroup. They're good enough players. They have the quality. It's just growing into the game, which I'm sure they're going to be able to do.
And they need to get Carrie Jones and Rachel Rowe more into this game. It feels like the experience of those two players, that would really help them.
Yeah, definitely. They're 2 very good players technically, and I think they can create chances and make a difference when we get them on the ball. It's actually getting it to them in the first place. There is spaces between the midfield line and the back line. we're struggling to find it, and we're also struggling to find the switch. I think the times that we've found the switch, we've actually put good crosses into the box. Maybe we need more numbers in there, and having 4 midfielders, you'd like to think more people would want to get involved. Like we said at the start, we went full-back to full-back, and I think that's showing how attacking we can be. I think because Slovakia have hit us on the counter-attack a few times, maybe we are being a bit more reserved, but we also need to get a goal. So I think numbers joining will be very helpful.
Yeah, Olivia Clark, she has been busy, hasn't she? And Sinoska, she's been a real pain from Slovakia, hasn't she?
I think at times we have committed players forward and then we've lacked that balance at the back because we're not possessing the ball, we're turning over the ball too many times, and then we're in a disorganised state, and then we're chasing the game, we're having to recover, and they have quality players who can cause problems. Thankful Olivia Clark, they're really brave and able to make that save. But where Slovakia have done well is we've caused our own problems by giving away the ball too easily. But again, Olivia Clark, if I was Hayley Ladd and Gemma Evans, I'd be giving her a pat on the back at half-time.
Yeah, I'm sure they are indeed. Well, for the time being, thank you very much, Wales. I wonder what is going to change. Will there be somebody coming from that bench? Could it be Mary McAteer? Could she be the difference? A player hitting some form. She got the winner for Sunderland against Durham over the weekend. So can she take that form to Wales, I wonder? Well, Alex has been to meet her.
Are we going for a little handshake, a little cuddle? Is she just on the or am I just going to sit?
Yeah. Nice to see you. Take us right back to the beginning then. How did you get into football?
So it's actually quite a funny story. I was about 5 years old. My mum said I was too fidgety, gave me and my little sister an option to play either football or go to ballet as a class on a Saturday. My little sister chose ballet and I chose football.
And am I right in saying your first competitive game, you scored a hat-trick?
Yeah, I did. I actually came off the bench and scored a hat-trick, I think, in about 20 or 30 minutes. And I got the Little Girl of the Game award.
It's been a really exciting year for you. You made your debut about a year ago now, was it, against Germany? What was that like for you?
I only came on in that game for the last little bit. It was just Mary, are you ready? And I was like, oh, this is sort of my moment to go and make my debut in front of 20,000 Germans with their big flags. But it just sort of was like, oh, this is the level. It was like, I've worked so hard to get here, now I'm here, I want to stay here.
And since then, it's got better and better. In the last game for Wales, you scored your first goal.
Yeah, I was actually joking about it earlier. I think I managed to cram 5 celebrations into one in that one, just because I was so sort of overwhelmed in that moment to see it come off the post from Jess's shot. I was thinking, just please don't sky it.
It's the post, McAteer! The first of many.
Saf was in goal and we made a little pact that if I scored, I was going to go and run to the halfway and meet her and celebrate with her as well. So we did do that, and then I think I sort of gave my family a little kiss in the crowd and waved to them. I've looked up to Jess for years, and she was great. There's a great picture of her coming up and going like that to me. It was such a full circle moment in some ways, because it was she got her record-breaking goal that camp, and then for me to then get my first was sort of a nice all-round game. I just want to keep playing for Wales, keep getting in the squads. I want, like everyone here, our ambition, our aim is to get to that major tournament, and Switzerland is definitely what we're focusing on right now. That is pretty much my dream. I've actually got, my brother got me a book a few years ago for Christmas, and it says one day I'll grow up and I'll play for Wales, and it's a little cartoon book, and right at the end there's space for a picture, and they stuck in my first cap and then my first goal. So it's nice to sort of fill that out almost, because it's obviously it's a sort of novel children's book, but it was it's quite special to actually be oh, I have done that, and to sort of keep doing that is probably what I want to do.
And hopefully you'll soon be able to add a photo of you at a first major tournament with Wales. Fingers crossed. Yeah. It feels like at this point it is within touching distance.
Yeah, I think it's that pinnacle of international football is going to a Euros or a World Cup, and that is ultimately our long-term goal, and I have no doubt that we will achieve that.
Mary, it's been great chatting to you. Thank you so much.
No worries, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Pretty much
You got a mention, my friend. Oh.
What a character. Have we all got scrapbooks like that? No?
No, but I'm going to have to get my dad to make me one.
We're going to have one for you. We had a glimpse of what she's like there, but as a teammate, I'm sure you can give us a better insight. What's she like off the pitch?
Yeah, Mary's a great girl. I think the biggest compliment we can show her is that she transitions into the senior team with ease. I don't think it's as easy as Mary made it. I think club form helped her with that. I think she came in quite confident, and she's confident on the pitch, and then she started to get to know everyone off the pitch. And as a forward union, we are quite close. Me, Mary and Kay obviously spend a lot of time together, and you know, there's obviously there's an age gap and there's an array of experience between us. But yeah, she's really respectful, and she's a great girl, and you know what, I hope she gets an opportunity as well today.
I love that, the forward union. As a player, have you been impressed with her over the past year or so?
Yeah, really impressed. She's a different type of striker to Elise. She likes to play off the shoulder. She'll run in behind, not your traditional number 9, hold the ball up. But she's a poacher. She's really alert in the box. And yeah, what a great opportunity and a great time to be part of this squad.
I wonder if we'll see her in the second half. And I also wonder, are we going to see Wales's, well, top goal scorer of all time, Jess Fishlock? Is this a game where Wales need that experience in midfield, I wonder, Elise?
I think with Jess, she brings moments. I think she's a massive moments player. We remember in the last playoffs when we played Bosnia and she showed up when we needed her to. She's done it in so many games. She's done it in the group games before these ones. And I feel like it could again be written in the stars tonight that she could come on and she could do another Jess Fishlock moment. So hopefully she can do that.
It wouldn't surprise you, would it, if she came on and she changed everything? Well, look, we're going to go back to Slovakia. Alex has got some company. I think she's with Tiana Taser.
Tiana, it's been a really tricky first half for Wales. Slovakia really haven't made it easy for you, have they?
No, listen, we know it was going to be a very tough place to go. We did our analysis on them. It's very loud here. The crowd's like, fair play to them, they're being really loud. But we knew it was going to be a tough place to go. But, you know, we have a game plan. We're going to stick to that. I think as a neutral, it's been a really exciting game. Slovakia's had their opportunities, but I think equally Wales have had our opportunity. We've looked quite exciting as well. We've had a few set plays. So I think, yeah, if we just keep sticking to the game plan, keep doing our things, you know, we got very experienced players on the pitch. So, you know, I think we're definitely still in this. There's definitely opportunities for us in this game. So, yeah.
What will be the message from Rian in that changing room at half-time?
Rian, you know, she's been brilliant since she's come in, so I have no doubt she'll be definitely telling the girls in there that, you know, just keep sticking to the plan, trust the process. She'll have the girls' backs. She'll know exactly what to say. So the girls will be all around it. They'll have lots of support in there. So yeah, they'll just be same messages: sticking to the process, sticking to the game plan, and our opportunities will come in this game.
Tiana, best of luck to the side for the second half. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers, thank you.
Only 18 years old, but she speaks so well, doesn't she? She gave us an insight there into what Rhian Wilkinson might be saying, but Elise, you can tell us what happens in that changing room at half-time. Is it Rhian Wilkinson who's calling the shots here now, or is it some of the old heads?
Yeah, you go in and you'll have time as players, and you know the more experienced people in the changing room will have their opinion. It will be obviously now has been the captain, and you know Jess will go in and probably say something that she's seen from the sideline, and then you'll obviously have Rach and Kay and maybe some of the younger ones as well having an input on the game. But yeah, and then Rhian will come in with the staff and put something forward that they want to see in the second half.
And we're seeing changes as well, aren't we?
Yep, Alice Griffiths looks like she's coming on for Charlie Escort. She's a defensive midfield-minded player. She'll look to really build the possession, and that's what Wales need to do. They need to be better on the ball, show more composure, be more precise with their passing, something that Wilkinson's been trying to really develop and build on this team. This is how they're going to break down this team. They need to stay composed. It's definitely not time to panic. There's still 45 minutes to go. And if we do need it, we know we have our Jessica Fishlock on the bench.
Yeah, potentially Kerry might head out over to the right now, and you know she's been direct out there on the wing, so hopefully she'll get forward a little bit more now as well.
Here we go again. Back we go to commentary. Nia Jones and Simon Davis.
Thank you, Kat. And as Katie was saying there, Alice Griffiths of Southampton, former Cardiff Met, Charlton player, and it'll be interesting to see what sort of change, not just in terms of personnel, but positional changes, as Katie was alluding to there, Annalise, to this second half.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think we can expect to see her just in front of the back line, which is where she's used to playing. That's the role that we used to, of course, see in Sophie Ingle in. We had Angharad James in there in the first half, but she was quite isolated, and of course you then miss what she can do higher up the pitch, James. So a little bit more support for her, maybe a little bit more security for the back line. I don't think Charlie Escort did a bad job there at wing back, but let's see what Kerry Holland, who's played there before, of course, for Wales, very versatile player, can do now she's over on that side.
And it does show that Rhian Wilkinson is quite happy to make early changes if she feels it's necessary. That was perhaps a criticism made about her predecessor, Gemma Granger. You know, we have seen in games several changes during the Wilkinson tenure so far.
Yeah, and it's exciting that she's given people like Alice Griffiths an opportunity. It's only cap number 10, I believe, for her tonight. So what an occasion, huge pressure. But what was nice to see the likes of Hayley Ladd just having a calm conversation with her before she started. That will have made a world of difference to her. You don't want to feel isolated out there, and she won't.
Holland with a throw on that new position on that right-hand side towards Barton. Trying to get the better of Wojtakova. Rowe, excellent first touch. May go it alone here, still with Rachel Rowe. Woodham. Griffiths. Jones could fall for Barton. Well, Wales looking to start this second half as they did the first.
Yeah, again, positive start, much more incisive passing already in those narrow areas. It's not an awful lot of space to operate in. Oh, the dummy has sold Evans.
And Fabova's cross is a dangerous one. Oh, it could go anywhere. And luckily for Wales and for Josie Green, it's just a corner. Oh, that was dangerous.
My goodness, this dummy here fools everybody, fooled me in commentary as well. And you know what? I think Josie Green just at the last second sees that Clark has committed, and she just almost retracts her neck muscles to get the most subtle of touches. Lack of communication at the back, but well done, Josie Green.
Corner for Slovakia, Hamarova, the Deportivo player to take. And that will have lifted the home crowd, certainly. It was a nightmare ball to deal with, and in fairness to Green, she had to make a decisive move. And thankfully, it did go to relative safety. But what of this corner now from Hamarova towards that back post? Holland clears it away. Sanowska, it's in, and it has been coming. And finally, Sanowska has found the breakthrough. She threatened to do it in the first half, and she's done it in the second. Slovakia 1, Wales 0.
Oh, what a time to concede, Simon. They look like they'd come out sharper, brighter, Wales. And you feel like they get away with one with Josie Green's clearance for a corner. They deal okay with this first bit, but look, they take an age to get out, Wales. They barely move when the ball clears outside the box. It's only Kerry Holland who goes out to get any type of contact on it. It's not enough, not when the ball's at her feet. She gave him enough warning signs in the first half, and do you know what? She deserves that goal, Simon.
Take nothing away from the finish. She found the corner beautifully, and it's Slovakia who celebrate. Big questions now asked of Wales, and how long, maybe, before we see the introduction of Jess Fishlock. Not fully fit, we know that, but even a half-fit Fishlock could get Wales back in this game. No need to panic, to quote what Katie was saying during the break. But 1-0 down, the situation has got a bit more serious.
Yeah, it really has. And now Wales need a goal. And that first half a goal would have been nice, as you've said, away from home, first leg, but now they need a goal.
Holland with a free kick. Can Wales respond quickly? Towards Evans, over her head. Volley from Rowe. Second attempt for Rachel Rowe here. Well, maybe that's the wake-up call that Wales have needed. In towards Evans. And it's Slovakia looking a bit panicky at the back this time. Hayley Ladd tracking back. It's only 1-0, and this is the first of 2 legs, but it is advantage Slovakia.
Yeah, it is, and we've not quite had an opportunity to see how Wales are going to approach the second half. Of course, that goal has come from a set piece, so still plenty of time for Wales to establish themselves in this slightly different system now with Alice Griffiths on the pitch.
Ladd. Well, we knew that without Fishlock and Ingle in the 11, it was going to be tough for Wales. But they've got other players who can, well, let's face it, are experienced internationals, so are fully capable of getting past this Slovakian team, but it have it all to do here.
Yeah, and it's just the position that both Fishlock and Ingle play in the centre of midfield. It's such a key area in games like this. More often than not, if you can control that area of the pitch, you get joy everywhere else. And that's where I think Slovakia have been slightly on top so far.
I thought Sonovska was offside there, but clearly not. And the cross from Morakova is out for a goal kick. Wales just need to settle down here. But for a player who was so disappointed coming off at half-time, she's not anymore.
No, and you can see it there. It's just Wales are just staring, hoping that somebody else closes it down, hoping that she sends it over the bar.
Foul on Griffiths by Mikolayova. Here's Barton dropping deep. She looks up Kerry Holland in space.
Oh, she does really well. Difficult ball to control. And a great ball out wide.
Here's Holland taking on Horvatova. It's done well. Gets the cross in. Jones waiting. Falls to Woodham.
Oh, brilliant wing play from Holland. Had no right really to win that 1v1 as she knocked it past her. A big, strong, physical player, Slovakia, but she holds her own.
Play from Hemarova. Gets the return ball. Just wonder if this will be the wake-up call now for Wales. There's a little bit more urgency now for the team in red. Rowe just trying to barge her way through. Gemma Evans, I think it was pure frustration there on Fabova.
Yeah, and this is what happens because she's been done by the dummy in the previous move. It then makes you second-guess yourself, and actually she's chosen, I'd just rather foul her here than get done again. Probably the right decision. She gets away with not picking up a card there, Evans, maybe.
It takes the pressure off a little bit, but there is pressure, isn't there? Real pressure now. Remember, if Wales were to equalise, they wouldn't be in front in terms of away goals. Away goals are not considered an advantage in this playoff structure. And it is still just 1-0. That's the important thing. I think Rhian Wilkinson will stress that to her players near.
Yeah, she will, of course. Keep context in everything that we talk about, of course, but what's been probably more alarming for me, and maybe Wilkinson as well, is the nature of the chances both sides have had. Undoubtedly, Slovakia have had the brighter ones, and they've deserved them.
Flick on to Barton. Good strength. Oh, that has to be a free kick, surely. Well, the referee says no. And Kosakova may have got away with that one. Well, Barton, in fairness, is not protesting.
No, but I am astounded.
But she had no reason to go down near.
No, it looked like she was in, and even if it was accidental, Simon, it's still a foul. You see here, she's through on goal, and it is just the falling defender that causes her to fall. I'm really struggling to see how that wasn't a free kick.
Good header up towards Rowe. Barton, good touch needed. She's got Jones to her left and opts for Griffiths. And the flag went up anyway against Kelly Barton initially.
You can see she's still recovering to onside position, but really high line there from Slovakia, actually. That's brave.
Korenchova well out of her goal to take this. The FC Como player out in Italy. Flick on from Humarova has eventually reached this near side, and the most convincing of crosses there, it should be said, from Bartovikova. Matavkova plays it towards Sanovska, and Anhara James, probably the most experienced of the players in there. Well, her and Hayley Ladd, but Slovakia on the front foot again. Moravkova, Sanovska to Bartovikova, and no need to panic for Gemma Evans.
Yeah, you say that, Simon, but it is a little bit sloppy when they do secure the ball, Wales. They are defending this box okay in the last 5 minutes, but actually it's still a hoof away, and Slovakia, more often than not, are securing the ball again, piling on the pressure, and it's resulting, if not in a chance, in opportunities like this. That's not ideal for Wales either.
Yellow card for Anhara James, and it was late on Humarova. Perhaps more pressingly, Nia, is the position of this free kick. We can see it clearly is a free kick, but...
Yeah, you can judge the foul, Simon, but actually it's the rush clearances 2-3 times before that, and them always seeming to fall to players in blue, that has piled on that pressure, made Anhara James make a last-ditch tackle, and it's mistimed.
Bartovikova, the one standing over the ball, and in its position, it's not too far away, let's face it, from where Sanovska found the net earlier in the second half. See a 4-woman wall immediately being constructed. Rachel Rowe makes it a 5-woman wall, but there is a gap. But it's Bartovikova, jeered on by this passionate Slovakian crowd. Dangerous stuff for Wales. Bartovikova! Oh, it's a beauty! And it's 2-0. Well, you have to applaud the application from Bartovikova. Slovakia double their lead. And it is Wales who are in real trouble now. Mikoliova finding the top corner, and it's 2-0.
Well, Simon, what a free kick. You have to say, wonderfully struck with her left foot. You can see how excited they are in the crowd, but also in the huddle. But it must be said, it's like Halloween has come early for this Welsh side. Struck to perfection. Nothing poor Olivia Clark can do. She beats the wall, gets the dip, and gets the swerve on it. That is textbook free kick, but you have to say, Wales have brought on this pressure all on their own ever since that half-time whistle blew.
And it's Slovakia who lead by 2-0. Mikoliova. And Wales have a mountain to climb now, Nia.
Yeah, they really do. They really need to get themselves into this game, secure the ball, enjoy the ball, and just take more care when they do win it back, Simon, because they are winning it back. It's been a really open game, plenty of turnover, plenty of transition, but so often Wales have just gifted it back to Slovakia.
Free kick, Slovakia. And, well, there is still a second leg to come, but at what point does Wilkinson call for a fishlock SOS, even if she isn't fit? We didn't foresee this, did we?
No, we didn't, because on paper, you know, you look at the two sides, you look at how they fared in qualifying, hugely different experiences there. You look at the clubs that they play for, Simon, you look at the fact that there's 22 places separating them in the rankings, but age-old cliche, it's not played on paper. At the minute, it's played all on Slovakia's terms.
And it's 2-0. And Wales don't want it to get any worse. And we're hearing that Jess Fishlock is ready, or getting ready at least, to come on. And it could get worse for Wales here. Streaking forward now. Ball towards from over. And Himarova ready, just preparing to let this go out for a throw. But how needed is this Fishlock substitution now, you wonder?
Well, yeah, if anything, it will just add huge presence. It'll be a boost for the players in red, and hopefully really intimidating for Slovakia, who will have been boosted before the game, knowing that Ingles out, knowing that Fishlock's not ready. Just psychologically, that's a huge boost for you.
Some suggestions that Fionn Morgan as well might be coming on, but is it too little too late?
Still plenty of time left in this game. They'll be looking at it. Half an hour, still plenty of time. And they do have players on the pitch who only need one chance, one opportunity. It's just weathering this storm when they are deep in their own half.
Flick on from Himarova. Jones was lost out to Himarova. Great trickery to get round Woodham, who commits the foul. It's another free kick. And does that prompt the Welsh changes, I wonder?
Now, even in those moments, you know, you can look at tactics all you like, but actually, just 1v1 battles, Himarova's come out on top. She should have no right to do that. She's actually up against two Welsh players.
And here come the changes. We know what Fishlock brings. We know what Morgan brings as well. Pure pace. But in the meantime, Wales have to try and stop another goal here. Nikoliova, who scored that second goal, looking to take this. But if Wales can get a goal back, 2-1 becomes a different tie, of course, but similarly, if Slovakia get a third, that is a huge uphill struggle ahead of the second leg for Wales.
It is, and momentum is massive in sport, in football matches, and you just need something, might only be one moment, to swing that momentum back.
Nikoliova side netting on this occasion. And here come the changes. Here come the changes for Wales. The SOS call being answered by Jess Fishlock. So many times she's inspired this Wales team in the past. Something huge is needed now.
Yeah, and actually, what you can tell just from her body language, what we're guessing is being said from Wilkinson and Fishlock, is just to stay calm, stay composed. This comeback's not going to be done by everybody panicking. It's actually just having faith in what they're doing, in their abilities, and chipping back one goal at a time.
And Fishlock's position, as you can see at the left of your screen there, is straight into attack. This was the finish. Nikoliova. Fairness to Olivia Clark and the Wales wall, there's very little they could do about that. 2-0, two quality goals. But still a second game to come. If Wales can just get another goal back, it would inspire them, I'm sure. Here is Griffiths. Fishlock, first touch for her. Spots Fionn Morgan, the other substitute. Does well to keep it in. Morgan towards Rowe. The interception from Sadowska.
It was actually a good idea, though. To all the world, looked like she might just swing it in, but actually trying to find that through ball to Rowe's feet. It's like differences in wardrobe choices there. They haven't chatted before the match there, have they?
Well, it is the Slovakia bench celebrating at the moment, and Wales have to find an avenue back into this tie. People point to the absence of Ingle and Fishlock in the 11, and perhaps it's not as straightforward as that, but certainly was a huge blow ahead of this game. As Clark plays it to Ladd.
Well, I think it'd be doing a disservice to both of those players if we said that it wasn't a factor. You know, their abilities are one thing, but it's also just the routine of having them around, having them on the pitch. The guys in the studio said it's been 5 years since there's been a starting 11 for Wales without one of them in it. That's massive. They've lost it again here, Wales.
Sanowska brought down, was she? Well, it was a clean tackle from Gemma Evans in the end, and it had to be. Because 3-0, you would fear the worst then.
Well, she needed all 5'9.5" of her there, Gemma Evans. Just about did enough. So often Wales are left woman for woman, player for player. Usually you'd always like a spare player at the back there just in case anything happens. Whoa, should be grateful for the studs on those boots, I'm telling you.
Ball to Fabova. The low cross. Almost again finding the dangerous Sanowska. Matakova couldn't make the most of it. And now it is Angharad James. What can Wales do from here? Fishlock. Like so many times before, looking to drive this Wales team. Just behind Woodham, and there's an offside flag. I think Woodham's slip didn't help matters either.
Yeah, that looked to be a promising attack, and this is what she does. Just look how her driving with the ball at her feet, just because of who she is and what she can do, draws in 3 players. When that happens, it does open up other people. Unfortunate Woodham just straying offside.
This tie at a critical stage, even in this first game. Wales will need all the support they can muster in Cardiff on Tuesday. Good trickery that from Hollanders. Sorry, from Green.
Yeah, she's done really well tonight, Josie Green. I think Wilkinson spoke about how much they missed having her as an option. Again, another versatile player. And she's needed to defend today. She's done it really well. And she's also been tidy in possession too.
Rachel Rowe penalised.
Yeah, there's actually just a good battle going on between those two, I thought. I think Rowe agrees.
Free kick to be taken by Wojtakova. Away by James. Mikolayova. Almost the ball through to Fabova. Fishlock. Tackled. And that's released Himarova. To the right of her is Sanowska. Players waiting in the middle. And it's Fishlock who can get it away. Still time for Wales to get back in this tie. Ladd in towards James. It's a ball over the top, and the flag has stayed down for Fishlock. Woodham, it's opened up for her. Woodham. Oh, whisker away for Rachel Rowe. And that would have put Wales back in it.
Well, you have to say, in 3 or 4 passes, that is the best Wales have looked. I think it's really unselfish of Woodham to pick out the oncoming Rachel Rowe, but I'm just crying out for Woodham to strike that. At worst, it might ricochet out from the goalkeeper. Fishlock at the heart of it, though. Just that movement off the ball that I think Katie Sherwood spoke about in the studio. You can't just be rigid in your position as a midfielder. There's times you're going to have to fill in for the back line, but more importantly, there's times you're going to have to make some attacking runs, even if you don't get the ball.
Ball is with Woodham. Barton. Not too many options on for Kayleigh Barton. If in doubt, give it to Fishlock. Oh, almost a through ball to Rachel Rowe. Morgan getting forward as well. And it is a corner. And that prompts the Wales chance from behind that goal.
Yeah, fantastic that they're in full voice here. Credit to them for making the journey. Just a bit of invention, a bit of X-factor on the through ball idea from Fishlock. Has awarded them a corner, possible chance.
Wales, as you see, had more corners than their opponents. Need to make them pay. Again, a packed 6-yard area. And Woodham's delivery needs to be on point.
And it feels to me they overload the back post, Simon, to actually attack it at the near post where the gaps are.
Woodham. It's fair to be competed. Barton's header into the hands of Konichova.
Well, it'll go down as a chance. She's annoyed she didn't get more on it, but it's difficult for her, Barton, because she's from a standing start and it's right above her. Does well to actually win the header. Really hard to generate any power, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Good delivery from Woodham, asks questions of the goalie.
Rowe trying to win the ball back for Wales. Forward from Wojtakova. Griffiths does well. Woodham, Fishlock. Barton trying to stay on side here and is released by Woodham. Barton's cross, not a bad one towards Morgan. Woodham, and it was an offside flag. I think it probably was against Barton.
I think it was, and you know, when it happens once or twice, you give the benefit of the doubt. You're playing on the edge of the shoulder. It's narrow margins at this level, but actually, it's twice now. Promising attacks have just come undone from a bit of ill discipline, straying offside.
Well, the anthem being sung in Slovakia tonight, but there's no doubt it will be sung vociferously in Cardiff on Tuesday. If Wales could just take a 1-goal deficit into that game in Cardiff, it would be something, but 2 goals is a big mountain to climb.
Yeah, and despite the scoreline and both goals coming in the second half, Simon, I do think there's been much better balance with Alice Griffiths in there alongside James, just as a more defensive-minded midfielder. I think they do just look a little bit better balanced in the second half, Wales. See those angles that she's just dropped in on, given James the chance to get on the ball. James was really isolated in the first half. And there she is again, she's recognising the danger, she's filling in.
Fabova wins the corner when taking on Ladd. And it's Slovakia with a chance to put Wales under pressure now. Vredikova waiting to come on for the home side. Looks like a defensive change, but there's to Olivia Clark, who was just in shot there. I think there was much she could have done about the 2 strikes. Such was the quality, but there was a sense of inevitability about it, as Vojtova takes this corner kick. Over towards that near post. And it's another corner. Well, Fishlock knew that. Quite keep it in play. I think it will prompt another Slovakia change here, possibly, as Hermova goes over to take this.
Yeah, Barton did a job at that near post. They're managing the game now, aren't they, Slovakia? That second goal's really give them a cushion. They can relax a little bit, and you've got to say Wales do look a little bit dejected.
In swinging corner, caught well by Clark. And had it not been for Olivia Clark, it would have perhaps been worse. Made some key saves in that first half as ball goes to Woodham. Ball to Fishlock. Barton in front of her. And it's a surging ball to Fionn Morgan. Cushion header to Rachel Rowe. James, Griffiths, Fishlock. Nice little ball in towards Fionn Morgan! Again, the impact of Fishlock is clear to see.
Oh, massive already, but also Morgan as well. They've linked up a couple of times so far. Not giving up on that. The goalkeeper does enough. I think it might have even gone out for a goal kick in the end, because the narrow was the angle. I think already Fishlock has picked up some really smart positions. It's in that almost half space, or pocket as people call it, like a number 10 position between the Slovakian backline and their midfield, but at times there's just absolutely nobody for her to aim for. It's where you need the wing-backs coming up, supporting play, offering width, and then runs beyond from the likes of Barton and Rowe.
Just a reminder, coming up later, 7:15, Scrum 5 Live, Scarlets against Zebra on BBC Two Wales. It's a nice pass to Rachel Rowe. Ball through the middle, looking for Barton. Ends up at the feet of Morgan. Good cross needed. Not elevation, but Slovakia had to take action.
Now, just look at the bodies in that box, Simon. 2 against what was 6 or 7. If Wales want to get back into this game, they've got to be braver in those moments.
Free kick Wales, Slovakia not allowing Wales to take the quick free kick, and it is a yellow card for Sanowska.
You can see James, she's seeing this as a possible moment for them to get a bit of momentum in this game here.
A goal would be massive. It would set up Tuesday's game. Wales, even at 1 goal down, would take that now, you feel, given the way that this game has gone, but it is Woodham standing over it. Lily Woodham towards Barton. Can she finish it? Oh, so close again. Well, the first touch, I think, actually took, well, it's an offside anyway.
Oh, you can see what they're trying to do. Look at the run across the front from Fishlock and then Barton. It's almost perfect delivery and connection.
And here comes a triple change for Slovakia. They have a result to protect, and you can't blame them. It's Kalabarova, Vredekova and Bogarova. Sorry, Panikova, who's coming on. And among those coming off, Sanowska, who milks the applause, scorer of the first goal and the scorer of the second goal as well, Mikhailovova, have given Slovakia a nice cushion in this playoff tie.
And I wish it was Panikova for Wales, but Look, it's looking more and more unlikely that they're going to be able to turn this result around, Simon. I'll be hoping that the fearless nature of McAteer, Powell, youth coming onto the pitch, they'll be keen to make a difference, make an impact.
Yeah, double change for Wales, I was about to say as well. Yeah, McAteer and Powell. I heard McAteer in that half-time interview. Morgan. Well, first things first, Wales need to get up the other end of the pitch, and they've got the chance to do that with Woodham.
A beautiful ball from Captain James there on the volley.
Heavy touch from Morgan. Woodham towards McAteer. Trying to find Fishlock. Here's Griffiths. He's got plenty more players forward now. And it's a through ball to Woodham, if she can keep it in. Woodham's cross towards that back post. And Horvatova will clear it away. Slovakia did enough. But it was Ella Powell who was coming in on that back post.
Yeah, well done to the substitutes, because Alice Griffiths at the heart of that as well. Played a difficult ball, the outside of her foot, but they got him behind through Woodham.
Ladd. 8 minutes to go plus added time, and a goal would be most welcome. Green. McAteer. He's done well, done really well in fact. Ball into the middle towards Fiona Morgan. Comes back out from James. Ladd with the attempted shot. Well, some ambitious pot shots at the moment. They need to be more threatening, Wales. Cross towards Fishlock. Header. Keeper wasn't far enough off her line.
Well, she has no right to win this header, Jess Fishlock. Not only is she against two players. There's Sinoska's first goal again. And there's a wonderful second free kick. But yeah, there's no need for Wales to just start going off game plan here and peppering the box with crosses when they've only got one red shirt in there against 4 or 5. That's not the way that Wilkinson wants them to play. That's not the way that we've seen them score, I think, 18 goals in qualifying. They're better when they're combining, linking up, moving the ball at pace, Wales.
Green. Just a heavy pass to McAteer, and well, there's an urgency but a slight desperation about Wales. There is still another tie to come, of course, but how much damage has been done here for Rhian Wilkinson's team?
Yeah, you could see as well, she's encouraging them to press high, the ball high up the pitch.
Griffiths. Just a wayward attempt. You've been impressed since she's come on, Alice Griffiths. Just a reminder, Wales against Slovakia on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Nia and myself will be there. I hope you can join us too. I just wonder what sort of result Wales will be taking into that game. Stranger things have happened in football. You know, a 2-goal lead is not unsurmountable, but to overcome. And Slovakia's mindset as well going into that game. I mean, how defensive do you think that they would be then? They've got such a lead to protect coming to the Cardiff City Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'd think in this day and age with the advanced travel plans and recovery protocols that home and away matches wouldn't play so much of a factor, but they really, really do. And that's why it's so important that the Red Walls show up in fine voice as they always do. Because that could be the difference. We want to make it an intimidating, hostile atmosphere for our guests if we can.
Ladd. Green. McAteer to her right. Here's Powell. Griffiths. Needs support, needs urgency near.
Yeah, you're crying out for Gemma Evans to join in there because they've committed bodies.
Here's James. Oh, just wouldn't fall for it, and it's another offside flag.
Oh, Slovakia is so deep in those moments. There's no need for Wales to be straying offside. She gets in really well. Just a slightly better touch from James there, and I think she's in. It's her that just slightly mistimes it. But we know Gemma Evans can do that. She's best on the pitch for it.
Korinchova. Woodham. Just to be careful here. Safely back to Olivia Clark with Himarova behind her.
Yeah, she reads it well there. And it's a tough ask to play wing back, it really is. You've got to be offering really high, wide support when Wales have got the ball, and sometimes you have to be making almost 80, 90-metre recovery runs to get back into your back line.
Evans. Woodham. Urged to get forward by the Welsh bench. Woodham's cross. Won't fall for Powell. Green. Griffiths calling for it. She went for James, Ella Powell. Wales still have it, and Slovakia sitting back here in these final few moments. Evans. Woodham again.
That's better from Wales. It's more what they're used to, Simon. They're used to teams paying them sometimes too much respect and sitting in a low block. That's where they can combine best, like this.
McAteer. Powell, oh, it just won't sit for Wales. Hayley Ladd chips it towards Morgan. Always stretching to have that ball under control for your Morgan.
Yeah, again, good positioning. She switched wings on that occasion, Morgan. Well picked out by Hayley Ladd. There's been moments today, Simon, where it looks like players stopped. Like Welsh players have stopped and they're just expecting their teammate to do something really special. It's been bizarre at times. I do think they've been shell-shocked, as have we, with how dominant Slovakia have been for large periods.
Fishlock. Nice ball to Morgan. This could be crucial. Morgan! Wales are still in this tie. Well, that could be massive. Made by Fishlock, and it was the other substitute, Field Morgan, who has put Wales back in it.
Well, it's exactly why we're now calling them impact players, Simon, and not substitutes. That's doing them a huge disservice. Fishlock and Morgan combined. Touch, look, little touch, wonderful run, times it to perfection. Great touch to set up an angle, and what a finish. And look at the mentality, Simon. They know the task ahead for the last 5 minutes, but also on Tuesday, get the ball, get it back, let's go again.
Fabulous finish from Field Morgan. And Tuesday should be a cracker. Or is there more to come tonight? There's no doubt the impact the likes of Fishlock and Morgan and Griffiths have made off the bench. And this tie not so straightforward now, Nia Jones. There could be more to come. Morgan. Evans. Well, they've left it late, but this is the best Wales have played tonight in this, final few minutes.
Yeah, and you have to say Slovakia have changed their tactic as well in the last 5-10 minutes. They brought on some more defensive players, and you have to say it hasn't worked, because that's exactly what Wales like to do. They like to combine, they like to dominate the ball. They like to try and break down a low block.
Fishlock.
This is playing into Wales's hands in these final moments.
And with 5 minutes to go, there is plenty of time for an equaliser. Woodham. Well, Fishlock has wandered into that offside position. Of course, she couldn't be offside from a throw-in, but just lurking on that left-hand side to see if there is a loose ball, but never came, and it's away from Himarova. And there's a desperation about Slovakia at the moment. They know that Wales have the momentum in their favour, it seems. So strange what a goal can do. But Wales have got to be careful as well. Himarova to Fabova. Worked so hard to reduce the deficit. And that's well played by Himarova. Cardiff City, she'll be bouncing on Tuesday at the Cardiff City Stadium. I mean, that goal could be so important, Nia.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for morale as well, Simon, more than anything else. They would have found it really difficult, these players, because they've got such high standards now, to have looked back in analysis after this game and picked out positives until now.
Hang on a sec, hang on a sec. It's Woodham towards that back post, and McAteer. James. Ella Powell can try and get in the cross. Held by the keeper. Wales finishing on the front foot.
Yeah, they really are, Simon. Where has this energy come from? That's what you need to ask. There was a moment before this final cross from Powell. I really wanted McAteer to just throw herself at it.
It's been said before, and I'll say it again, Wales never do things the straightforward way. Fishlock. Jess Fishlock has gone down. What's the decision? Well, I'm not sure if VAR will look at that. We'll have the benefit of a replay.
Yeah, we will. I think it's Vredikova. Well, she does get a little contact on the ball. I mean, she chops Fishlock as well, you got to say. I think if VAR were to look at it, there is contact on the ball.
Well, Slovakia can see the momentum shift, and they're going to make a change here. You can hardly blame them. I think we just like to have seen more of this Wales, particularly in the first half and in the early stages of the second. And coming off is Fabova, another player who's impressed in offensive positions for Slovakia, in fairness. Put in that fantastic cross in the first half for Sanovska, who didn't score on that occasion, but certainly linked up well, those two, and it's Skudova coming on.
Yeah, player for player, they played really well, Slovakia, you've got to say, and that is the main reason Wales have found it so difficult. They've high pressed, they've been organised, they've won second balls, they've secured possession, they haven't forced things, they've been patient in their build-up, but also, well, they've shown real quality in the moments in front of goal when they've needed to.
Minute of added time to go. Wales have a free kick. One last chance to get that ball in the Slovakian half. Green. You could see the anxiety from both coaches at the bottom of your screen there. Rhian Wilkinson knows that time is running out for Wales to draw level, and that's a shame for Griffiths. Calmly done by Ladd. Griffiths has spotted Woodham. Last attempt surely in this game. Fishlock just takes a heavy touch. That's a shame. And Hayley Ladd will make sure that this will go safely back into Welsh possession. Quite a finish, Nia Jones.
Yeah, it is. It's breathless, isn't it? And you can see it's really affecting the players out on the pitch in blue and in red. It's been an open game.
McAteer. Morgan's got the pace. We'll try and win back possession. McAteer, Morgan. We've gone over the 5. And that prompts the final whistle. Well, Slovakia celebrate, and Wales know that they will have to come from behind if they're to keep their dream of Euro 2025 alive. But that goal from Ffion Morgan could have changed everything. Wales, make no mistake, are still in this tie, and that game at the Cardiff City Stadium should be a barnstormer. It's finished in Slovakia with a second leg to come. Slovakia 2, Wales 1.
Well, Wales look down and out, but Ffion Morgan pulling one back for Wales. How important will that be ahead of Tuesday night, I wonder? Well, all the emotions during that second half. We had frustration, we were disappointed, but in the end, there's an element of delight that Wales have managed to get that all-important goal. And 2-1 is so much better than 2-0 ahead of Tuesday night. We will go through all the goals in a moment, but I just want to get your reflections on that match as a whole, because... well, will they be disappointed in that changing room because they didn't turn up until, what, 70 minutes or so? That result, it seems fair.
Yeah, they'll absolutely be disappointed heading in. You know, they would have wanted to come away and got a better result and a better performance. I think the good thing is now that this isn't a one-off game, because otherwise we'd be going home empty-handed. And, you know, we've got a chance to turn it around in Cardiff and at home in front of our own fans on Tuesday. And they'll be relishing in the opportunity to put on a better performance than that, I'm sure. Yeah,
it's a wake-up call, isn't it, ahead of Tuesday. We're all hoping that when they come out in front of a home crowd, the Red Wall, Tuesday night, that we won't see what we've seen this evening.
And when you're on the back of a disappointing game and you're frustrated, that quick turnaround in game, that's what you want, to be able to have a reaction. And that's exactly what Wales can do. It's not a time to panic. You know, that goal was really important to get us back into the game, but everything's to play for now on Tuesday.
Yeah, all to play for. And, oh gosh, a penny for their thoughts as players. They're in that huddle. Who's talking there, and what will they be saying, do you think, Elise?
Yeah, you know what, there's positives to take, you know, like the subs that came on and changed the game. When you're 2-0 down is a tough ask. Fion's obviously done really well in scoring in the finish, and we'll look back at the goal in a minute, and the timing of the run was great. Obviously Jess creates it, and we know that she comes on to do things like that. I don't think Wales are down and out. We know they're not. We know that they've made it hard for themselves, but come Tuesday they'll be ready to put on a performance, and I know they'll be more motivated than ever to put things right.
Wales had more possession, they had more shots as well. We can see there the stats for you. Yes, Wales, they dominated that possession, as I said. Shots, I'm just looking at shots on target as well, pretty equal there. But the only stat that matters is 2-1. Let's have a look then at the goals, 3 in all in that second half. And when you come out and you've managed to make it to 0-0 at half-time, you don't want to concede within the first 5 minutes. And Wales, I'm sure, will have a post-mortem of this first goal, Katie.
Yeah, and like you say, Kat, the timing is key for this goal. You've just gone in at half-time, you've had that talk, you've regrouped, and then you concede really early on. They gave the ball away to start with, and then they're chasing, they're trying to recover, and then they give away a corner, which then Slovakia, they're able to capitalise on. It's a poor clearance, we haven't cleared our lines, we haven't closed the ball down quick enough. And when you have quality like that and you give quality players time, it's a fantastic strike and it's a fantastic finish.
It is, isn't it? Fair play to Slovakia. She was knocking at the door during that first half, and as we can see, elated there, she was an impact player.
Yeah, there was warning signs in the first half that we'd like to think that were just warning signs, and then come out second half and, like Katie said, we concede early doors. And you know what you don't want to do then is concede again. And we've made a handful of errors in leading up to different goals and in the first half, but. You know, like, to come back into the game shows what Wales are all about. It's just unfortunate that we conceded 2 on the bounce quite in quick succession. Yeah, before they came back into the game, we have to look at the second goal. It is a well-taken free kick. Are we pointing fingers here at Wales slightly? It's not ideal, that wall. It's not working in unison, possibly. It's not ideal. Obviously, the timing of the jump of all the players could be in a little bit more unison. But, like, listen, like... you know, if you was the Slovakian player taking that, you wouldn't want anything taken away from you. That's an incredible technique. And if one of the Welsh girls scored that, we'd be buzzing. So it's just unfortunate, I think, that the Wolves just jumped at an unfortunate time. But yeah, it's great quality from Slovakia, so we can't take that away from them. It's just a shame that we were the ones on the end of it.
And at this point, they had all the momentum, didn't they, Slovakia? And we were sitting here worried that there were more goals coming, because any more and Tuesday night would have been very, very difficult. But Wales did get themselves back into the game. Some changes from Rhian Wilkinson, and therefore Wales are now within a goal ahead of Tuesday.
Yeah, we talk about Jessica Fishlock, her goal contribution, whether that's scoring goals or assisting goals, and she just finds herself in these spaces. That's not by chance, that's by intelligence, her tactical intelligence to find these half spaces. She always receives the ball on the turn, she's playing forward, and it's a great finish by Ffion Morgan. And it's two super subs.
Yeah, two super subs. They work well together, don't they?
Yeah, they came on at the same time. I think Ffion offered something different maybe up there, and obviously with her speed and you know, running in behind, I thought she timed that to perfection, and you know, she held on side, and then Jess found her just like you'd anticipate Jess to do so, and you know, it ended up in the back of the net. And if there was maybe 5 minutes more of the game, you never know, we could have equalised. But you know, good job, we've got another 90 minutes to try now.
That's coming up on Tuesday. Before we talk about that, let's get some reaction from Slovakia then. The boss, Rhian Wilkinson, is with Alex.
Rhian, a defeat. You must be bitterly disappointed. Just sum up your emotions for us right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely disappointed. I think frustrated probably sums up the team. They deserve to beat us, absolutely. I think accurate reflection of the game, that 2-1. We definitely didn't play in our style at all in the first half, very, very frustrating, but also reality. We talked about pressure, we talked about doing something that hadn't been done before, and I think you see that, you see the results, and we've got to work through that, because the team that ended that game, that's who we want to be, and we didn't see enough of it in this 90 minutes.
Yeah, what frustrated you most about that performance?
I think there was a franticness to our play, and all credit to Slovakia. They played fantastically well, deserved winners on the night. Take nothing away from them, they played very well. But they got us on the back foot early on, and we weren't able to sort of control the game on the field, and we've got to figure that out.
On a positive, Fishlock and Ffion Morgan, when they came on, what an impact they made to the game.
I think our changes had immediate impacts. I think Alice had a strong game when she came in. And that's what we've got. You put the best lineup out that you think is going to get the job done, and then if it's not, we make changes as soon as we need to. And we did that today, and you know, I'm glad the goal back puts us in a slightly better position coming home, but we've got work to do. They're definitely a team that we've never disrespected, and they've showed us why. They're a good team.
Yeah, how crucial could that goal from Ffion Morgan be, especially as you have to turn things around now on Tuesday night? It's a must-win game for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even for our confidence to just get that goal over the line at the end of the game, then we come back home and we start on the front foot in front of our fans, and hopefully playing our brand of football.
And just finally, what's your message to those fans at home for now what is a huge fixture in Cardiff on Tuesday night?
Absolutely. Come on out and support us. We need you. I think this team thrives with the passion of the crowd behind them, and with a goal down now, we'll absolutely need them in Cardiff.
Rhian, commiserations tonight. We'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very honest assessment, I would say, from Rhian Wilkinson there, not shying away from the problems. They didn't play as they wanted to. It's difficult to disagree with anything she said there. She sort of summed it up nicely.
I think she's always been really honest, and this is Wales' first defeat now under Wilkinson. So it'll be interesting to see of how she reacts, how the team reacts. But they're going into a final playoff now. You know, this is make or break to make that next stage of their journey. So it's about being really honest, having those really honest conversations. Those leaders now really stepping up and rising to the challenge of this is a big 90 minutes, the wait ahead that of this team.
It's interesting about identity and the Welsh identity. We didn't see that this evening until the final 20 minutes or so of the game. And you were saying, Elise, that Wales sometimes struggle against aggressive teams. Maybe they're not as good as Wales technically on the pitch. The players maybe not as strong. But when Wales are faced with aggressive sides, like with Ukraine a couple of months ago, sometimes they crumble slightly.
Yeah, I just think that obviously Wales have moved away from just defending and being known as good at defending. And I think with the new brand of football that we're trying to play and you know, create chances and score goals that we've also shown in the previous games, which should take confidence into Tuesday that now we can outscore Slovakia, is that when teams come up and are aggressive against us because they're trying to defend against what we're good at, it's something that maybe we've not come across as much, and you know, with something we might have to get used to, being a more attacking threat, and hopefully we can adapt to that quite quickly now coming to Tuesday.
Let's talk about the positives, because no Jess Fishlock starting the game. We were expecting to see her during the second half. We know she's an impact player. A 60% fit Jess Fishlock, even 70% fit. She's got that football brain, hasn't she? So it doesn't really matter if she's not 100% there physically.
I think it's just her experience that she brings to this team. She has this know-how, and like I say, her tactical intelligence. She's able to find the gaps. She's able to unlock a defence because she has that creativity. She has that vision. She has an awareness of what's going on around her, and she almost knows what's happening in the next pass. And this is something that she's really, really good at, is getting the ball, driving at defences, drawing in those defenders, then opening up the space for other players. You said about how she attracts other players, doesn't she, and allows space for other players to work in.
Yeah, she almost does the opposite and thrives under the aggression and the pressure, and you know, and she attracts multiple players at a time, which will allow other players to be free. I think she did it with the goal, and then she ended up just having a little no-look pass, which obviously Jess is technically capable of completing, and she did. But yeah, since she came into the game, she made things happen, and she links the defence to the attack, and I think that's why we created more chances in the end.
Well, we did think we'd see her. It'll be interesting to see what happens on Tuesday. Will she start? Because, as we've already said, 90 minutes, they have to get that win. Let's get some more reaction, shall we? I think the captain, Angharad James, is with Alex for us.
Angharad, a bitly disappointing evening for you. Just sum up your thoughts after that one.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It wasn't the performance that we quite wanted, but it's half-time. At the end of the day, we've got another home leg to come on Tuesday, and it's even more important than ever. And hopefully we can get a big crowd there to get behind us. And like I say, it's only half-time, and we've got a second half to go, and we'll take it back to Cardiff and give it everything that we've got.
Why do you think things didn't quite click for you tonight, you know, especially in that first half?
Yeah, I think there's new partnerships, new relationships that take time to build. We've only had a few days to work on them, but there wasn't the passion or the pride that I would have liked from the group tonight. I think we could have given a little bit more, and it just looked a little bit edgy, and we'll take it back, we'll learn from it, and we'll be better for Tuesday.
The substitutes, when they came on, Jess Fishlock, Fia Morgan, they made a huge impact into the game though, didn't they?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Fionn and Jess did well, and the other subs who came in too. That's the importance of the squad, and we've got such a strong squad that if things aren't working, we can change it up, and that's what they did. They came on, and you know, arguably 2-1 is a good scoreline because we could have been a lot worse. So Fionn did well, she finished the goal well, and yeah, it's a squad performance, and that's why we have everyone ready.
Yeah, that goal from Fia Morgan at the end, how crucial was that, and how confident are you now as a group going into that game on Tuesday?
Yeah, if we can finish the game as we start the next game as we finish this one, the last 10 minutes we were on them, but I just think a little bit more composure, move the ball a little bit quicker around the back and through the thirds, and you know, we'll just be that little bit more clinical in front of goal. But we'll work hard in the next few days. We'll reset tonight. We'll focus on, you know, making sure that we're better for Tuesday.
Angharad, thanks very much for your time. Observations tonight.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, another honest assessment. I want to pick up on a couple of things. Maybe not the urgency there. We've already mentioned it at times in defence. Were they guilty at times, Katie, of playing like they were taking part in a friendly and not in a playoff semi-final?
I think it's difficult. I would never expect that from this group. You know, they've always prided themselves on being together as a team and not underestimating any team and I think you have to give credit to Slovakia. I think I expect them to sit in a low block, and they really pressed Wales aggressively, and they executed their game plan a lot better than what Wales did. I definitely think our composure and our quality on the ball wasn't at the usual standards that we expect, and Harrod said that herself. We need to keep the ball better, and at times we got caught up in Slovakia's urgency that they had, and we needed to take a sting out of the game and just go back to our own game and really just, like I said, lack that composure and quality that we know we're capable of, and we want to be the ones dominating the game and asserting ourselves.
Another point, new combinations, and we have already discussed this, especially when you are used to Sophie Ingle or Jess Fishlock being in that midfield. The first, time since 2019 that one of those two haven't played in a competitive match. So it is difficult when there's a lot of pressure to get those combinations to click.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, obviously, like you said, it's like 5-6 years that it's been since one of them hasn't played, and you wouldn't have thought it. But it's hard when one of them or both of them aren't playing, but you want these opportunities given to the other players in the squad, and you give opportunities to players coming into the game and they've stepped into it like they were playing the whole game, and I think sometimes that's difficult as well. There's obviously new partnerships to be had. Soph, Jess and Haz have played so many games together now that when the midfield is then changed quite dramatically, obviously everything runs through the midfield. So yeah, I can see where Haz is coming from. I think she was, like you said, really honest in her reflections. I've never really seen her come across as questioning the passion and the pride of the squad. But, you know, her now being the captain, she's now done that. And I think that will get a reaction from the girls because obviously she's a very respected figure in the squad. So.
Yeah, fingers crossed it will motivate them ahead of Tuesday night. And what else will motivate them is the fact that they did have opportunities in that second half. They did create. It was the Wales that we are more accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, and I think they just showed that resilience to get themselves back into the game, and they could have crumbled after that second goal, and they didn't. And I think it helped that Slovakia actually changed their tactics. They did go into that low block, and that really opened up space for Wales then to really put the pressure on them. But like I said, it's only half time. You know, they're still 90 minutes away from putting things right, and they know they have the quality in order to do that.
Yeah, it is only half time, as you said. Take me through maybe, as we look at these chances, what the next few days for Wales will look like. Will they be reviewing this kind of play and also what didn't go right?
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll be taking on board like how they can create more chances or take the chances that they did create, because it's international football. You don't get given chances. You have to work hard and create them, and Slovakia did that themselves. I think they'll then be looking at the reverse of that and like how the shape behind the ball to make sure that we don't concede the corner in the first place and we don't give away the foul that then conceded the second goal. So I think there'll be two highlighted points of the shape behind the ball to make sure that we can stop the transition and we can retain attacks. And then I think obviously we'll be working in the final third.
Well, look, we can get more reaction. Wales are very much still in this because of a goal from Ffion Morgan. We can hear from her now. She's with Alex.
Ffion, a defeat tonight, not the result you wanted. Just sum up your reaction after that one.
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing for us as a team. We felt prepared coming in. We didn't get the result we wanted, but we're lucky enough that we've got, Tuesday to go and put it right. So,
where do you think it didn't quite click for you tonight?
They were aggressive, and we knew they were aggressive, and maybe we didn't react to, we didn't challenge them enough and compete at their level. So, like I said, luckily enough, we got another chance at it.
On a positive though for you, a great impact from yourself when you came on, and another Wales goal. A great moment for you.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's different under the circumstances. I was hoping to get another one and go to Cardiff in a better state, but yeah, happy to get the chance in front of goal. I want to be in them spaces to create chances and get goals, so I'm glad I did that tonight. But yeah, on to Tuesday.
Yeah, how do you turn things around now ahead of what is a huge game in Cardiff in front of the home fans on Tuesday night?
Yeah, we'll go back, we'll review, we'll all watch individually, show where we need to be better, and hopefully we can put it right Tuesday, which I know we can.
Ffion, hard line tonight. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, a lot of work, I'm sure, will take place between now and Tuesday night. I'm going to ask you a question. Could it have been 2-2? Jess Fishlock went down in that box. Should VAR have had a look at this? Was it a penalty?
Yeah, I'm just going to say yeah, because it's Wales. And that would have changed the whole dynamic of Tuesday.
There's a bit of contact there, isn't
there?
there?
No, I do think you've got to be more careful in the box than that. But obviously she's won the ball first, so they'll look at that first and think they've won the ball. Obviously, afterwards, she took a big chunk out of Jess, but hopefully she's fine for Tuesday. But yeah, I'm going to just say penalty because I'm biased.
She is going to start, isn't she, on Tuesday, Jess?
I think there's too much at stake to not start her, and I think Jess will want to start. I think when we've seen her on the sideline, we've seen how frustrated she was. She couldn't wait to get onto that pitch. So the type of player she is, how important, she's so instrumental for this team. This is a huge game now, Tuesday night. I think if she's fit and her body allows her to start, then she has to start.
OK, well, look, for now, thank you very much. Much more sport, though, still to come here on BBC Two Wales. Rugby this evening, Scrum 5 Live. They are live at Parc y Scarlets. Here's Sarah.
Well, a disappointing night for Wales in Slovakia, but we are hoping for better here at Parc y Scarlets this evening as Dwayne Peel's men go for their third victory on the bounce for the first time since February last year. It's Scarlets against Zebre here in Llanelli. Make sure you join us 7:15, BBC Two Wales, Scrum 5 Live. We will see you then. It's a date.
It is a date indeed. I'll be rushing home to watch that match very, very soon. But I've got time to tell you that there is plenty of football still to come over the next few days. Feast of Football Sunday night, 20 to 11. Join the team for that one as they review this game and look forward to that huge second leg semi-final playoff. Wales against Slovakia. 7 o'clock will be on air. BBC One Wales, as we hope that they can make it through to that final. So there we have it. Thank you very much both for your company. Not the result we wanted, but all is not lost. Wales are still in this fight. 2-1. Can they get to that playoff final? We'll see you Tuesday. Good night.
Will this evening be the start of something special? Sit towards that back post. Early cross. Sadowska, but it should be 1-0. Good save. Sadowska, it's in. Bartolikova, oh, it's a beauty. Oh, whisker away. Morgan! And Wales know that they will have to come from behind.